Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another public lobby race highlights. I'm back after a short 2-year hiatus examining public race highlights, public race auto highlights, in fact, which is wonderful. Could you be more creative or talented? I don't think so. This is a race that I did not too long ago at Monza, qualified 7th, because that's how I roll, middle of the pack. I am driving the Lamborghini Huracan Evo 2. This is the 2023 Huracan. It's pretty sick. I have, what's the best word? I've broken up with the Audi R8. I quite like having a car that doesn't want me dead for daring to drive it. So this is what I've chosen, and I quite like it. I have been absolutely smashing my old lap records with new records that could be smashed easily by 90% of other sim racers. It's really cool. So getting into this race, this was, I believe, I want to say 30-minute race around Monza, but I could be wrong because I don't know anything. Let's just go ahead and get into it, I'd say. I'm going to turn the HUD off, and we're just going to get the T1 Monza experience. This is me. We're on board with me. Coming up to the line, a couple of the key players you're going to want to watch out for during T1 is this Audi right here, as well as this BMW. We get some pretty fun shenanigans. Let's have a look. Pulling up to Licky here. Now, I braked a little bit late. You see me swerve a little bit, try to scrub some speed, but lucky for me, I didn't actually hit anybody. But it was certainly a little sketchy. Now, Mr. Licky here runs right on into this poor Audi, who in turn runs into this other Lambo. The McLaren up front gets away completely unscathed. I mean, this was a hit and a half by Mr. Licky here. Like, just have a look at this in slow motion. Man just absolutely clobbered the Audi. Boom. Directly like a pinball into the Lambo. I was completely wrong about the McLaren. I'd like to issue an apology because the McLaren did not make it out unscathed. He, in fact, was quite scathed. The Audi actually makes it out relatively okay, and this guy here, Mr. Licky, in the BMW here, that is a classic BMW driver move right there, as is what this guy's about to do in the blue BMW. He goes out the exit road, and this McLaren and Lamborghini are left out in no man's land. Let's have a look at the first chicane from my perspective. Now, I get slowed down just enough to avoid contacting Mr. Licky because, thankfully for me, he decided not to slow down enough to avoid contact with the Audi. So I actually get through the first apex pretty unscathed, if I could zoom out a little bit. Now, you see my line. I actually give a little bit too much room, a little bit more room than was necessary to the Beamer to my right. That was just out of caution, especially seeing what all was kicking off to my left. I really did not feel like engaging with this guy to my right. Guilty by association. You drive a Beamer, I don't trust you. Now, he does not really so much care that I'm there, and gives me enough room only to mount this curb here, which is not advisable. I'm not too mad, though, because it's hard racing, you know, but, like, a little more room would have been appreciated. Now, he does get his comeuppance, however, as if I can learn how to cycle through the cars the correct direction, I'd be able to show you. I just fucking dribble him down the exit here and send him off the side. I mean, dude bounced like 5 times. That's hilarious. Look at that. At full speed, it's kind of even funnier. Just boing, boing, boing. Get out of my way, sir. And off I go. What a start. What a start. So started in 7th, end up in, I believe, 5th at this point, based on the fact there are 4 cars in front of me. I know how to count. So yeah, quite the race start. I do wonder how it went for the people behind, because the further down you are at Monza, the more likely you are to have to engage in shenanigans. So let's have a look. we'll do this Aston Martin here. I gotta say, I respect anybody that drives an Aston Martin, because you'd never catch me dead in an Aston Martin. I don't know why, but I don't care for them. Wow. Oh, wow. I was not expecting that. All right, yeah, I like this guy, actually. I take it back. I like Astons now. This guy really kept his cool and avoided being slammed into by Mr. Yavuz here, or Yavuz, in the Ferrari. I believe that's the new Ferrari. Now, all the carnage ahead takes place, and the guys further down the field actually are fairly respectful of one another. Never mind. The guys further down the field do what guys further down the field do best, and they throw each other, especially this guy. Bonk, 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 bonk. That's a lot of bonks. Wow, look at that. That is quite the scenario. This poor Mr. McGee up here really got hurled. That is tragic. I'm not even sure who to blame that on, so I'm not even going to bother. I don't have half an hour to discuss the logistics of T1 and Monza. So let's carry on with our lives, shall we? Here's me. I got out of that with no damage because that's how I roll. I dribbled that guy and gave him all the damage. Coming into the second chicane here. Absolute professional. Apex 1, Apex 2, and the exit curve. That's how you know I'm good. Alright, and then into the Lesmos. Eventually this will cut, and we won't be watching this anymore. Boom. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. Alright. First overtake of the race, other than, you know, the starting ones, which do not count. I believe that this is, wait, these are two McLarens. No, really? No, that's not a McLaren. That's a Ferrari. I'm not crazy. Is that a McLaren? Am I insane? I don't care. Let's see. Oh, okay. No, wait, no, he is there. Very interesting. I was promised an overtake. Ah, there it is. The elusive second McLaren. Look at that. What a run. What a guy. I suppose he's just better. Takes a tighter line, and I imagine gets on the gas earlier on account of Mr. Zloy here having to worry about this apparating Ferrari. Yep, absolutely textbook right there. But I always say, when you see apparations, you take advantage of apparations. No reason not to. Actually, a nice double overtake, it's looking like. Very impressive. Now, what do we got here? We got another overtake. Two Ferraris here. Let's have a look at the sky cam. This is lap 4 with these guys here, Mr. Fanati and Yavs here, in 9th and 10th. So this is a battle for 9th place. Coming through into, I believe, the second chicane here. Yep, this is the second chicane. That is a lunge! Oh my god, okay. We are racing, not fencing, good sir. Lunges of that kind are not welcome here. Let's see. Brakes early, actually. Very interesting. Does he brake all the way? Yes, he does. I am very interested. My guy has the brake pad setting turned all the way up. Those brakes will last you for years because they simply don't slow you. That is amazing. Quite the lunge. I'm not pleased with that. Let's have one more look at that at slightly slower speed. Brakes early, yet doesn't slow down. Boom, get out the way. Boom, get out the way. Don't even worry about where the track is. Just go right off it. I love that. Well done. Yeah, hell of a job. Gotta love these public lobbies and Ferrari drivers. Oh, he gives it up? Oh, dude, I'm so sorry I was talking bad about you. That was beautiful what you just did there. Hats off to you, sir. Driver of the day. Wow. That's not often that you see that. Never mind. I take it all back. This guy right here, we like this guy. This guy's cool. Aw, what a guy. Now I feel like a trash human being. Shouldn't have been talking bad about him. Never mind, man. But, you know, turn your brake pad setting down, man. That'll help you with the whole stopping thing. All right, let's have a look at this. This is an overtake. A Bentley overtaking a McLaren. Let's see it. Bentley, of course, driver on the wrong side of the car. It's impossible for these guys to do almost anything because of that massive handicap, but somehow this guy gets it done. Coming down the main straight into the first chicane. Beautiful, beautiful. The overtake was done mostly on the straight, so it's not a particularly interesting one to look at, but this McLaren here might actually get got by the McLaren behind. It looks like he does. He might into, I believe this is Curva Grande coming in. I believe that's what the corner's called. Yeah, I think you get double overtaken. That is rough, man. Really shows you. Now, the reason he got overtaken there was because of a little bit of oversteer he got on the exit of the first chicane, and I've completely lost my place. Get back to here. Yeah, look at that. Watch this McLaren here, the one with the orange sides. Just gets a little bit of a moment there and ends up really screwing him over. That's very unfortunate, sir. Yeah, a little awkward, but, you know, get it done. I don't believe you're full throttle. A bit of a dead zone there. That's definitely a disadvantage. I would definitely look into that and make sure your gear is calibrated correctly. Alright, let's have a look at the next incident. I say incident because we're in a public lobby. Most of the things the recording captures are indeed liable to be incidents. Let's have a look. Looks like another overtake by the same group. Let's see. Yep, it looks like this is that. It's the same thing. Very wonderful. Glad that was captured twice. Let's see, now what is this? Is this the same thing? Same thing still? Same thing still. Love it. Okay, here we go. Oh, this is clean. Well, it's pretty good. I'm quite proud of this next bit here. I'm in a battle for third place. I've caught this Audi over the course of like 3 laps. Dude has damage, so honestly, he's probably the better driver because I was only barely catching him, but ended up catching him this lap. Come through the second chicane here, approaching the first Lesmo. I have a plan. I'm going to give him a little spook, give him a little scare. What I'm going to do is I'm going to duck over the inside, make it look like I'm going to go for a absolute dive bomb. But I'm not. I'm not going to do it at all. I'm actually going to let off the throttle before the braking zone, back up, and then brake on time. But the idea is just to make it look like I might go for something stupid. I like to do this where I feign a ridiculous move and then I just don't do it. It makes him panic. I'm trying to get him to drive in his mirrors a little bit. And it works. It actually has pretty much the best effect it possibly can. Let's have a look. Man's going to absolutely, completely screw it up. Goodbye, sir. And yeah, that's quite a move right there. Get rocked. That is one of my favorite ways to make a pass happen. Yeah, just get him to get up in their mirrors, you know, scare 'em. It works surprisingly well, a surprising amount of times. I had no intention of going for that dive bomb, but he certainly thought I did, and it scared him, and it made him miss his braking point, you know? The more you know, that is one way to overtake. Just get the other guy to drive off the track cleanly and legally. Now let's have a look at the next situation. This is still me. This is not me. Very interesting. He's going to overtake a Lamborghini. What is this Lamborghini doing going so slow? This is not my Lamborghini. This is another. Okay. That's very interesting. Alright, that's probably a back marker. Nope, not a back marker. I think that was actually a race. Somebody who was in contest with this Honda. Alright, well driven. Well driven. Let's see, what is this? This is an overtake. The Audi overtaking a McLaren. This is the Audi with damage. The guy that I absolutely outplayed. Does he get overtaken, or is he the overtaker? I believe he is the overtaker. On account of the layout of this here. But I'm really struggling to see how, unless he overtook somebody in the pits. I guess there was somebody in the pits. I'm not entirely sure. Let's see. Which McLaren? There is no McLaren. Alright, whatever. Let's see what happens next. Then the race finish. Gotta love it. Mr. Bloodworth here. Absolutely nailed it. Never mind, this is a 20-minute race. Very loud car off to our left, in my left ear. Let's see. Yeah, pretty simple race finish. This was quite a fun race, actually. I ended up finishing third, hounding down this BMW that caused all the carnage at the beginning. I almost overtook him on the last lap, but since I didn't, the highlights did not capture it. But I finished third. It was quite a race, and everybody was very friendly afterwards. Me, the Beamer, and Mr. Bloodworth here, as well as the Audi. It was quite chill. It was a good fun race, man. Overall, it was pretty cool. This right here, gotta say, not a fan. But you know, other than the lap one shenanigans, not half bad for a public lobby. So, thank you for tuning in. Certainly do encourage everybody to engage in more public lobbies. They can be quite entertaining, especially if you have a nice full grid like this. You can actually get some pretty decent racing, 1 out of 10 times. So, roll the dice. That's what I always say. But anyway, that's going to do it for today. Thank you very much for tuning in. Goodbye.